How's it going, guys, and welcome to the channel. Gedonia has now been released as a full version. Oleg Kazakov has done a wonderful job guiding it through early access with constant updates, and now he has finally released the full version. So he will be making a lot of updates in the future, but for now we've got a full version that won't change too much. So in this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about attributes, skills, companions, and a little bonus tip at the end about how to make money. So stay tuned for that. So these are little frequently asked questions that I've been seeing on the Discord. So I thought I might just do a video on them and do my best to answer any questions that you might have in the future. So first up, there will be no co-op in this game. Oleg Kazakov has made it pretty clear that this is a single player game only. Very fun just by yourself. If you ever get on Discord, you can share your adventures with everyone there. So, all right, next up, we're going to discuss attributes and what they do. So with strength, it increases melee damage and health, and also allows you to equip heavy armor and two-handed weapon. Agility increases range damage, movement, and attack speed. Crit chance, dodging, and stealth quality. Intellect increases mana and magic damage, and also increases experience gained. Charisma increases reputation and improves merchant prices, improves speech abilities. It also allows you to get more companions in your party and solve a lot of quests with additional dialogue choices. So let's start with strength. So putting one into strength just makes you able to wear leather armor and do a little bit more melee damage and have a little bit more health. And if you go 2 strength, it just gives you more health and more melee damage. 3 will unlock two-handed weapons and also heavy armor, and also a passive slow health regeneration for your character. So having 4 strength, 4 points in strength, will give you a jump ability where you hold down the jump button, you'll launch yourself into the air, and then you can slam down onto enemies. So if you really want that ability, you go with 4 strength. But for me, I like to have about 3 strength. Depends what build I'm doing though, 3 or 1. Next up, we have agility. So with 1 point into agility, it'll just affect your sprint movement speed. So the more agility you have, the quicker that you will be sprinting. 2 points into agility will actually let you dodge. It won't be the best dodge, but you'll still have a dodge. If you have less than 2 agility, you won't be able to dodge at all. 3 agility lets you dual wield weapons and also increases your dodge and your sprint speed as well. And 4 points into agility lets you do a double jump wherever you want. Also increases your dodge to a better dodge and also increases your sprint speed. Next up, we have intellect. So with 1 point into intellect, you'll be able to craft weapons, armor, potions. You can craft your own consumables. It's a really good one to have for assassins and mages. It's a must-have anyway, because that's your main damage. But if you want to craft anything, always put 1 point into intellect. With 2 intellect, you will now be able to use magic. You will not be able to use any magic if you have less than 2 intellect whatsoever. So if you want to have a bit of a build with some magic use in it, you are required to have 2 intellect for you to use magic. And with 3 intellect, your spells will become more powerful, you'll deal more magic damage, plus you'll gain more experience and have more mana. And with 4 intellect, you'll just do more magic damage, have a lot more experience, and a lot more mana. And for me, I like to have about 2 intellect, just so I can cast a bit of spells and have a bit of melee in the mix as well. Now for charisma. So having 1 point in charisma doesn't really change much on the stat sheet. It just gives you a bit more reputation gain. Trade prices and reputation gain go up with the charisma stat. 2 charisma is required to recruit a companion. So you must have 2 charisma to recruit a companion. Doesn't matter which companion it is, but you'll only allowed 1 if you have 2 charisma. With 3 charisma, you are able to recruit 2 companions to travel with you and also have almost a 200% reputation gain. And your trade prices also go up. Now with 4 charisma, you can have 3 companions following you and your reputation gain is 220%. And your trade prices also go up. Next up, we have skills. So with this, I'm going to be showing you the skills that I like to use and I think that are essential in different builds. So we'll start off with melee. So really you just want these 3 at the top: ferocity, combat mastery, and blood magic. You'd have to put 15 into ferocity plus all your melee damage and whatever weapon that you use, and 1 into crit. In combat mastery, you should be putting up fencing, rend, and also piercing strikes. And in blood magic, just try and get bloody attacks and also bloody frenzy. They would be my essential skills, a must have for melee builds. Moving on with magic, arcane magic. Now, to make all of your magic spells a lot stronger, you need magic overload. It's in the arcane tree. And also, if you got maximum overload, the mastery skill, you can make your magic power 200% more powerful. Plus, depends on how much intellect you have, will also add a stack of magic power. So that is a must for any magic builds. Also, the mana replenishment skill, that's also a must. Just to have a passive mana regeneration really helps. And with the archery skill, for any range players out there, I would really recommend getting multi-shot, explosive arrow, and or frost arrow. So when you actually use the multi-shot ability, don't shoot right away. You can also use the exploding arrow ability straight after it, and then instead of normal arrows, you'll be shooting all exploding arrows for the multi-shot. Same goes with frost arrow. So you can either slow a group of enemies in front of you, or you can stun them and do major damage to them with multi-shot. Also, of course, I would recommend just getting your archery level 5, so increase your range damage by 15%. Also, if you have found yourself picking a skill that you mistakenly picked, you can just come to the town of Erteron and you want to make your way to the marketplace. And here we can find Amar, the potion merchant, and a potion of oblivion. This is like a respec potion. So you take this potion and it just gets rid of all of your skills that you've picked, gives you refunds all your points back, and then you can pick all the new skills that you want. So it's a very handy potion to have. You can also make it. So what you'll need is level 3 in alchemy. You can see it's on the 3rd tier. Potion of oblivion. Comes to any cauldron, click on the potion of oblivion. So you'll need wine, night eye, blood flower, and a weak poison. So the weak poison you can make as well, just with healthy roots. So this is what the healthy roots look like, and they can be gathered around green veils. So that's the starting area. The wine can be purchased from tavern keepers. I like to use Waystane. You can find blood flower in the desert, just looks like this. You can find night eye in the Volflower fields and sometimes the swamp, and this is what they look like. So keep an eye out for them on your journeys and you'll be right. Also, if you make it to the player house, you can also grow them. So you can grow 3 blood flower, it just takes 48 minutes, or some night eye, and that takes another 48 minutes. So you'll be able to grow these over time, so you don't have to go looking for them all the time. Also, if you're ever stuck, you can just press escape or any other button that brings up a menu, and then you can come down here and you can click on this once to get teleported a little bit higher, or you can double click it if you're like really stuck, and this will send you to the starting village. So if you're ever stuck, just look for this button and click once or twice as need be. So moving over to companions. So every companion will have a weapon slot, an armor slot, an amulet slot, 2 ring slots, and a bit of inventory. The stray dog won't have a weapon slot, but the dog will have an armor slot, an amulet, and 2 rings. The dog will only have 1 inventory space. It really depends on what companion you have, depends on the weapon and the armor, and also how many spaces the inventory they can hold. So this is just like a bit of an extra backpack, the inventory over here. And what you want to do is play to their strengths with rings, and the armor I don't really think matters, just the strongest armor that you can give them, give it to them. And also with the weapon, you can also set the behavior. So aggressive, they'll just attack anything on sight. Defensive, anyone that attacks you, they'll attack back. Or passive, they won't attack anything. And then you've got their abilities that they can use. So they can only use 2 abilities at once, at one time. And also you've got your passives here. And if you want to respec them, you can give them an oblivion potion as well. Now, if you find a companion and you want to swap them with another companion, all you have to do is hit this. It doesn't matter if you have a player home yet. So once you hit that, they will appear right here at the player house and they won't move until you talk to them again. So don't be afraid to dismiss them because they'll just end up here and then you can just re-recruit them as you see fit. Also with this bar here, each companion has something that they desire. The stray dog wants meat. So the more meat that you give the stray dog, the more ability points that you can have. So once you get it to max, you'll have 5 abilities like with the thresholds here. So each one of these represent a point. So some companions want gold, some want magic stuff. It really depends on which companion that you have. You give them what they want and they'll do a bit more damage for you. Also, if you want to command your companion, you just press V and you can see they'll go there and wait for a certain amount of time. So you can use this and like direct them towards enemies and they'll attack. So he's gone right up there. Also, if you want them to return, just shift V and they'll appear right next to you. That goes with any companions or summons that you have, like skeletons and anything like that. They will appear right next to you. If they get stuck on anything, it is a good command to have. So for a little bonus tip, this is going to be how to make money passively in Gedonia while you explore. So from Waystone, the starting town, you just want to go down here and activate this Waystone here. So just be down the road, you activate this Waystone by interacting with this interface there. Next you want to come all the way down to Urteron, just follow the road, and then you'll find another waypoint here. Just down the road, just opposite this vendor here, here's the other waypoint. So you activate that one. This can be done at the very start of the game. And also I would recommend having about 500 gold with you. Because coming to this pedestal, you can purchase this plot of land for 200 gold. And then you can start building maybe chests or even like mining materials, tailoring materials, flowers so you can use them for alchemy, or even leather or stuff for cooking, food. You can build all of these like little farms and they'll produce materials for you over time. So the more that you have, the more materials you'll have. The more that you have of the same material, the higher the cost of it will go as well. Say if you bought one of these for 100, your second one will be 200. Your next one will be 400. And your next one will be 800 and so on. So be careful with that. You can just build like one of each, I suppose, and then just sort of work your way up from there. At the very start of the game, you can just sort of teleport back here every, say, 30 minutes, gather all your stuff, sell it up, and purchase more plots if you want, because you can just sell it straight to her. That's my little bonus tip, if you didn't know. You've also got all your crafting here in one spot. It's a win-win, really, and you can store all your goodies. That's going to do it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of just little things in Gedonia that you might not know. I want to say a very special thank you to Kazakov Oleg. Congratulations, man. You've done it. I know you're the only person developing this game, and you've done a wonderful job by yourself creating this world of Gedonia, and I cannot wait for all of this. You've set yourself up quite a challenge there. And Gedonia is just this little spot here. We've got Northern Kingdoms, the Great Desert, Black Wastes, but we've got so much more to explore in the future. And just thank you. Like, this is a mad game. This is so good. So thank you, Kazakov. You've done an awesome job, and congratulations, man. Really well done. All right, guys, that's going to do it from me. I will catch you guys in Gedonia. All right, guys, take care.